Charity
Hey
to
there,
hide a
let's talk
cult.
about the cult charity. So as you're probably well aware, 7 years ago, I escaped a cult here in Australia. Now this cult is worldwide, the Exclusive Brethren. They've recently rebranded though as the Plymouth Brethren Christian Church. Now in order to maintain their charitable status and therefore tax relief, they have a charity called the Rapid Relief Team that they've set up here in Australia and worldwide, where they jump on board with other charitable groups and basically appear to be a charity. And I want to make a point here, I'm not dissing charitable work, but I believe charity starts at home. And this is one of the most important things that I've always been an advocate for, being pushed to the point of unaliving myself because of the experiences I had within this cult. Now, growing up a closeted man in a very homophobic environment, that is the Plymouth Brethren Christian Church, for me, was one of the most horrific things I'll have to experience to date. Now, you can watch more of my videos to get a grip on how toxic and how hard it was for me to grapple with that growing up and why I was pushed to this point. Now, the irony that they now have a van, the Rapid Relief Team, because they're breaking the silence on it. Let's backtrack a bit here. You have to acknowledge that that it exists. They don't acknowledge that this exists in their community. You get told, now, because we're breaking the silence, let's talk about names. Let's talk about things that happen in that community. Down the road from where I was living growing up, a man was separated from his wife and kids because he was battling with alcohol. Now, as you're probably aware from all my videos, alcoholism is a huge problem within the Brethren, even though they deny it. Now, he committed this. And how we know this is because the coroner's report says death by this. So the Brethren made up a story. The leader said he spoke to a Brethren doctor who's now dead and said that it wasn't enough pills to kill him. The Lord got to him before the devil did. So everybody thought, oh yeah, he didn't do this because, obviously doing this to yourself is the highest form of treachery, like it's murder. So they don't acknowledge it. It's like Stalin in the Cold War, like in the golden era of Russia. It was like, no, Russia is paradise. We don't have murder. It's the same thing. You never talk about it. There was another person from Melbourne, Barnaby Gadsden. Because we're breaking the silence, let's talk about Barnaby Gadsden. He committed suicide. Let's talk about Tim Napier. He committed suicide. If you want to break the silence, let's start acknowledging that it exists, because you are creating stories to your members and inside people that it doesn't exist. Yet on the outside, you want the rest of the world to think that you're doing great works to stop this from happening by supporting other charities that have it. Let's clean up your own act. Let's clean up your own backyard first. Let's start there, because I was pushed to the point of that and there was no support at all. There was no discussion about how real this is. The Rapid Relief Team, I believe, is a fake charity set up by a cult, the Plymouth Brethren Christian Church, to look good on the outside when in fact they are part of the problem.